Hi, welcome to What's the Word? I'm your host, Jaime McFaden, and I'm so excited to have you here. This podcast is about all things wellness. Each week, we will focus on a word of the day, and I interview some of the most inspirational people I know and share that inspiration with you. Join me, let's learn together on What's the Word?
This is the place where I belong.
Hi, and welcome to What's the Word? I'm your host, Jaime McFaden, and this podcast is about all things wellness. Each week, we focus on a word of the day, and I interview some of the most inspirational people I know and share that inspiration with you. Today is a very special day, and I am so excited. The word today is love. And who better than to talk about the word of the day than Dr. Levine. Dr. Levine, I am so excited to have you here. You're a transformational psychotherapist, encouraging people to create healthy brain patterns so we can be more present and, in fact, healthier and have more love. I am so happy to have you here. So, Dr. Lynn, how are you doing today?
I'm doing incredibly, and I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you so much. I'm honored to have you here. And I just have to jump right in. Usually I define the word of the day, but I'm actually going to encourage you to define the word that you chose today, which is love.
Thank you. So let me tell you what love isn't. Love isn't affection. Love isn't sex. Love isn't emotion. Love is acceptance. It's like a child observes and it's all interesting and you're curious and you discover that's love. And the expression of love is joy. And that's it. Anything else, we're adding juice, we're making it extra. Oh, surprise, or oh, or what, we add, we say, oh, I love you so much. We're really adding meaning to the word love, when really it's inviting life and all of us to be exactly the way we perceive us to be. We don't have to have it be more, better, or different. And that's love. And you connect with people through that because it's part of life. See, it depends on who we're being. We have two ways of being. One is from the past. It's like we take all these photographs of uncomfortable or extra special moments in our past, and we think they define us. They don't. It's just what happened in the past and who we were being at those moments. That's all. Today, now, here is all there is, all there ever was, and all there ever will be. Just now. You can take a snapshot of now, but as soon as you do, it's the past. And most of us, most of the time, take the past into today and have it mean who we are, and have it mean who you are, and how life is, and how the government is, and how my kidney is doing today. It's not accepting life, which is, I say, love. Wow. When you accept life, it's filled with wonder. It's an invitation for wonder. You were about to speak.
Wow, that is the most beautiful, honest definition I have ever heard about love. And I want to thank you for that. And in this interview today, that I am so excited for to share this present moment with you, Dr. Lynn Levine. I'm just curious. I mean, we got connected so randomly, but at the same time, not. And I want to know a little bit about your story, how you found the love in your life, how you've cultivated and accepted and embraced the love in your life, and a little bit about how you got to where you are today, because I think you've been a psychotherapist for a few years, if I'm correct.
Yes, yes. Oh, I I want to inspire people. I'm 88 years old, and I have had nothing done, no work, except for my hair. I've done work with my hair.
Well, it looks beautiful, as do all of you. You are truly an inspiration. And that was why immediately from the moment I met you, I said, I've got to get you on the podcast. So if you could, at 88 years young, please shed some inspiration and some light about your life, about how you can inspire others to live their life in love.
Thank you. Love to. Love to. So I was 32 years old. I had everything I wanted that I thought would make me happy. I married a good man. I had a couple of kids. I went on later to have another one. Home, a career, but I wasn't unhappy. I wasn't content. I wasn't happy. And I was unhappy with my husband, who was a good man, and the source of that is I was unhappy with my father. I was incomplete with my father. So my present partner got the wrath of that in who I knew him to be, which is I wasn't loved right or enough or the right way. So I was going to leave him and find someone who could make me happy, even though I married this one because I thought it would make me happy. But when I thought about it, I realized if getting what I wanted didn't make me happy, I was doomed to thinking something else would make me happy. But once I got it, after a while, it was good when I got it, but it didn't have any staying power. It, outside of myself, didn't have the power to make me happy. And I did not know how to be happy. And I would be a husband number 4 by now if I hadn't done that. So I decided to stay with him, learn how to be happy, and then look and see if I wanted to stay married to him. So I became 100% responsible 100% responsible for my own happiness, even though I really wanted to blame him for what he just said or didn't say, or what he did or didn't do, or how he was, or his socks on the floor, or whatever. So I took it on. Let me see what he just said. What was it about it that I could like? And I would forgive him. I would forgive myself for the judgment of it. And I would say something kind. I didn't mean it, but I was dog training my mind to think in a kind way, a loving way. Because I realized, even though I was a nice person, people would not say I wasn't nice. I just didn't realize how judgmental I was. And that's the identity. It's not who we are.
Right.
We create an identity based on shame when we're young. We have little traumas, disappointment, shocks, and we decide we're not worth loving. There's something wrong with us, and we're not good enough. And then we create a persona a soap opera character with our name on it
Mm-hmm.
to prove we are worth loving. We are good enough. But underneath it all, we don't believe it. If you really were good enough, you didn't have to prove it. If you really were worth loving, you wouldn't have to prove it. It's like you don't have to prove you're breathing. You are. So I did whatever I could to be happy. And it took a long time, but I was going to be older anyway. And the happier I got, the happier he got, because I stopped blaming him.
Wow.
And I became so happy. I remember one time I kept saying, "I'm so happy," and he'd say, "Why are you happy?" And I say, "I'll give you a reason if you need it, but I'm just happy because I'm happy." And I said, "And you're happy too?" He said, "I am." And I said, "Yes." And he said, "And you know why?" And I went, "No, why?" And he said, "Because you backed off." I never backed off. I became responsible for being unhappy and stopped blaming him. Anyway, we were married 52 years before he passed away.
Wow. God rest his soul. And thank you so much for sharing that. I actually just this morning was thanking my own mother after looking at a picture of myself and my daughter from 4 years ago. And I said, "Mom, thank you so much for encouraging me and pushing in a way, in a good way, for me to always take full responsibility of my own life, of my own choices, and of my own happiness." So the fact that you just brought that up right here, right now, shows just how connected our energy already is. And I think for anyone, and for anyone that's listening or watching this right now, Dr. Levine is someone who has been practicing what she preaches for many years, which is why when she speaks, I listen. And so with that being said, for anyone that's listening right now who maybe is having trouble either, accepting that, because it's a big responsibility, facing our childhood, our inner child and doing the work, and accepting responsibility can be a daunting task at some point. So do you have any tips for someone that's listening right now that really wants to start doing some work to heal themselves or to help themselves find that love? Do you have any tips on that?
A quick one is gratitude and kindness. Just think of 3 things to be grateful for. It will begin the energy rolling up. It will begin the light to be shining a bit brighter. It will have you available rather than defending or promoting. It will have you interested rather than waiting to be interesting. And just be with nature. Nature is connected. We are all connected. We are part of the whole. We're not a piece, we're not a slice of the whole, but we create that persona, that identity as separate. We have a name, we have a personality, we have a history, we have a religion, we have an education, we have a body. It defines us. It's pure judgment. It's not. If you look at nature, you'll see how it's all connected. The birds and the insects and the trees and the flowers and the bees, and the wind and the rain, it's all connected, and humans are connected. We could be living the most glorious cooperative life. We don't have to go kill wild animals to eat or have clothing. It's done for us. We have all of the ingredients available to be happy, but the identity who is not good enough isn't worth loving, and there's something wrong with them. We think we're damaged children. We're not. We're beautiful. We're whole. We're complete. We are so worth loving. If we knew how loved we are, we would never stop smiling. We would never stop being joyful. It's a gift, and we turn it into a soap opera nightmare, thinking we need to defend ourselves and compete. We don't. The more you accept, and it's not a burden, just let it be, like a child discovers life. You know, somebody is angry. Only people who are hurt will hurt others. Have compassion that they have to be themselves with that kind of reality, that they feel that they've been damaged, that life is not fair, that they have to fight for the right to be who they are, or they join a posse on some cause. Accept. It's a gift. It's not that difficult.
Wow. Oh, I just love everything that you say. And like I said, I'm speechless in many ways because I believe everything that you are saying. And I feel true to what you are saying, that the moment in my life when I changed up in here of what I was thinking and trained that, like you said, dog train your mind, then all of a sudden I started to really feel it in here, and then externally it radiated. So, you know, you are just a ray of sunshine in the world, and I know that you have experienced so much. So, for anyone listening right now that could use even just maybe a gentle nudge, or even the reminder that you had just said, we are a part of the whole and that we are love. Is there anything else that you would share right now? Because many people are going through a lot of mental illness, physical illness, and you're 88 years old chatting here with me with just the most beautiful beaming smile on your face on technology at 88 years old doing an interview. I mean, you are just, talk about inspiration on all levels. So please, Dr. Lynn Levine, whatever you want to share, I am here for. We are here for it.
Well, in my research in How to Be Happy, I came across that happy people believe in a loving source, like a loving God. Although I was raised religiously, I became too smart to believe anything beyond myself. But I wanted to be happy. And so I created my own God. I called him Bernie. And it was Bernie's job to love and adore me and to think my faults were cute. And it was my job to let the love in. And I started conversations with God. I would argue with him about life. Well, why should I have to do all the work? But I have such guilt and shame, and how can I, it's not fair. And I took 100 of those pages and I published it. And it's on Amazon. It's called Oh God, Let's Talk. And if you do get the book, just open a page and somehow it's related to you. I sent a copy of a book to a client. I still work part-time, by the way.
Wow.
I sent a copy of the book because it's on the email as well. And I said, just pick a page, any page at all. And I emailed or PDF'd it. And he said, only one page was visible. And that was the exact page that was meant for him. And I went, okay, because I take signs as invitations. I think we're all served by whatever is sent to us. We just think we're going to vote on what's good and what's bad and what works and what doesn't, what agrees with us and what doesn't. No, it's all a gift. Every person, every incident, if you look for it. And miracles, you can have miracles every day if you allowed it. Anyway, so the book is on Amazon, just Amazon. I keep thinking I'll put it other places, but I never get around to it.
Wow. And it's called Okay, God, Let's Talk.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I can't wait. I'm ordering my copy today. I can't wait to read it. And I'm going to let you know exactly what the first page that I just pop open to, you're going to hear from me. And yes, I can't wait to share this book with my audience as well. So now you have children, you have your family, and you still have your practice. What right now are you most excited about in your life?
I love my curiosity. I am investigating. I'm investigating the oneness of us all. And I'm also investigating the tribalness of everything. That the way to keep people in a tribe is to gossip about the fringe people. So it keeps the people in the middle afraid to think otherwise.
Mhm.
That's and somehow society has gotten a tribal kind of mentality that they have to be with people who agree with them. That's like saying there should only be yellow flowers. That if you so what I'm looking at is variety is the best, not the sameness. But why would we want other people to think like we think? Aren't people who don't think like we think more interesting? No, if we have to be righteous about it, we have to be right that what we think is the right thing to think. The opinion is the right opinion that I made 10 years ago that I'm defending with my unhappiness. Judgments limit. As soon as you say, I choose this, you have eliminated half of the other half, the world. Why? You go into a buffet, get angry that all the things are on display, you just pick what you want. Well, that's how life can be. Just take what you want. Why would you care that it's filled with things you don't want? What is it your business?
That's a really great point. And I'm giggling over here because, I don't know. Do you have the answer to that? Why is it that the human condition, maybe that we spend time focusing on these negative elements?
Because we don't know who we are. We don't know we're God juniors with the ability to create anything and that we're part of the whole. Every cell in the body has all the capacity to reproduce any cell in anything in the body. It's a whole universe. We are a whole universe, and we limit ourselves into, oh, I'm an artist, or oh, I'm stupid, or it's a soap opera, and it eliminates the wonder and capacity of life, and to live in joy.
Wow. That is just to live in joy and to accept. So what would be the quickest definition of love? To accept?
Yes, to accept. Just this morning, I had a client on the phone, and I have a view right over here. They're wall by, but outside, across the street, are these gorgeous trees. And I was looking at the tree as I was being with her, and I was brought to tears by the essence of that tree. I was so moved. Now, if I can be brought to tears, and I was moved by my client as well, what she's going through and her courage. I don't think about what's wrong with her. I think about what courage she has, how creative she is to live within circumstances that in her reality are so difficult. Right. And it's my privilege to, it's my privilege to love her and to have her get she's worth loving and actually amazing.
Wow.
I'm really complete.
I love that. Well, so what I love to do at the end of my interview is I do what we call a speed round. And so this is more just tapping into your subconscious mind. First thing that comes to your mind when I say pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Your favorite song to listen to?
Imagine.
Oh,
If you could travel anywhere right now, where would you go?
Well, Tibet, if it's not too high.
Your favorite season?
Oh, spring.
And if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Flying.
Fly. I love that. And Dr. Lynn Levine, I can't wait to actually come and hang out with you and do you work out? I saw you did skydiving when you were how old?
86.
Oh my gosh. Lou, she went skydiving at 86. Wow. Well, who's keeping track? You are proof right here that age is a number.
Oh, by the way,
yes.
I took on I'm Always Well, and I disappeared any disease that I had, any major discomfort I had. And I don't know how many people will find this incredulous, but I wake up in the morning without aches or pains or stiffness.
Wow.
I wake up like a baby and I hug myself and I thank my 57 trillion cells that I adore and that show off their perfection for me.
I'm hugging mine right now.
I wake up in the morning and I am so grateful for having a body. I love having a body. It's the best parent.
Wow. You are just unbelievably just fabulous and sensational in every way. And I'm so thankful to have met you and to be your friend. And I look forward to celebrating life with you and to be on this journey together, to send your message to anyone that knows me and to share our love for this life together. So with that being said, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here.
And thank you, my dear, for being so adorable and loving and for sourcing people's message so that you can hear and share with the world. You're amazing.
Thank you so much. Well, Dr. Lynn Levine, I'm sending you my love. I'm ordering your book today, and I will let you know when I'm coming down there, and let's get together. And to everyone that's watching and listening, thank you so much for being a part of the What's the Word community. That's our episode for today, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me here at What's the Word. Follow us on social media with the links on the screen, and don't forget to like and share with your friend. Your support helps us grow and continue to make inspirational content. See you next time on What's the Word.